I'll tell you what, these boys, these youngsters, Chelsea 2.0 at the end of this season, do not know when they are beat.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
The return of Captain Reece James, putting it on a plate for Nico Jackson to score his 14th Premier League non-penalty goal of the season. Just absolutely incredible scenes, ladies and gentlemen. Forest 2, Chelsea 3. Going into this game, Forest knew that was it. They're basically safe. They're in the Premier League. It's 5:30pm kickoff. They've all had a few bevies. They're having a party in the sunshine over here in the kingdom. And they were just ready for it. The pressure was all on Chelsea. The pressure was off Nottingham Forest. And like I said, they were partying in their own house. They were in form. They're coming off a win. Everything's going well. And yes, it was loud in there, bro. I could feel the the shakings from the stadium here in the south of England. Chelsea, I've been terrible. Pretty bad away from home. Apart from that second half against Aston Villa recently, which obviously was an innovation from Pochettino to change. Chelsea have been poor. And there will be credit for Pochettino in this game as well, because he changed it twice. He kept changing it until we won the game. Excuse me. And of course there was an inspired introduction to Reece James, who came on to play right back, that we saw us play a 4-4-2 towards the end with Gusto in front of him. And we saw some... Yeah, we're going to go through it all today. I'm still poorly. I've got a bit of a sore throat. I shouted at the TV a little bit in that game. If you're feeling good, boys and girls, please do like the video. Helps me out a lot. Supports the content. If you do like the content, subscribe. If you choose to subscribe, hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Right. What an emotional roller coaster. Can we expect anything less from Chelsea at this point of the season, or indeed ever? Pochettino's coming out saying, well, it's not even about that they sack me. Who knows? I might not want to be here next year. Next season. People on social media who have previously wanted Pochettino out are now flip-flopping, going, oh my God, he might walk. We need to keep him. We need to keep him. There's nothing else out there. There's no one better. And we're winning. Of course, Newcastle dropped a point to Brighton, who we've still got to play, by the way. So now we're level on points with Newcastle, and we've got the same games to play. Obviously, they got much better goal difference, so we're not going to overtake that. But if we win our final two games, Bournemouth and Brighton, Bournemouth at home, our home form, I think would win that. So Brighton's going to be a tough game. They've found some form recently, unbeaten in the last two. This was probably our hardest, I think, for a multitude of reasons, because Forest were either going to be on a high like they were today, or they would be scrapping for their lives. So how did we start out? Well, they had a 5-4-1 formation. Of course, the Chelsea old boys in Morgan Gibbs-White, Ola Aina and Callum Hudson-Odoi on that left-hand side were both sensational. Ola Aina absolutely locked Madueke in a cage. Like, he couldn't get out. He pocketed him. He sent him to a different stadium at times. Madueke was comfortably Chelsea's worst player, I think, and that was largely because Ola Aina absolutely locked him down. And Ola Aina, by the way, nearly scored two wonder goals himself from left back. He clearly fancied it. But good performances from Aina. Willy Bolly returning in the back line's massive for them. Murillo was good as centre back. Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs-White are the ballers, aren't they, in the attack? Of course, what's his name? Anthony Elanga came on, who's also very good. But, Gibbs-White, Hudson-Odoi, Ryan Yates was very good as well. Their striker was Paul Chris Wood. But generally, they are a good team, and they good performances there. Chelsea, we had our... It's not a 4-2-3-1. It's like, it is a back three in possession, where Benoit Badiashile on the left, Thiago Silva in the middle, playing kind of sweeper role, Trevoh on the right, and then it's a double pivot of Moises Caicedo and Cucurella, so it's kind of like a 3-2-4-1 almost sometimes, because Gallagher joins the attack, which is Cole Palmer behind Jackson, flanked by both Mudryk and Madueke. Of course, we saw changes, and we'll talk about that in a moment, and we'll talk about player performances and give Poch and Reece James the flowers, and people like Nkunku as well. Like, these are grown-up ballers. Raheem Sterling. Let's get into it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Attacking momentum to and fro. Chelsea probably just about had the best of it in this game. And it started so well, didn't it? An amazing assist from Cole Palmer, a through ball to Mykhailo Mudryk, who ran in behind on the left flank, bent his run in and finished low. Really good goal from Mykhailo Mudryk. And for all the people that's been complaining about him recently, I've said here on the channel, and I've said on my social media, Instagram, @FootballYannick, if you want to follow, I said Mudryk is important in this formation, the way Poch plays. It looks like Madueke, Jackson and Cole all sort of hang out on the right. They combine, they have a good time. We score 5 goals against West Ham. What's going on with Mudryk? Mudryk's important. He's keeping the width on the left, especially when Mark Cucurella is inverting. You need someone on that flank, otherwise the game's just played entirely on the other side of the pitch. So Mudryk's that guy. He's an outlet, he's an option. The opposition team have to worry about him. And because he's quite undercoached still, Mudryk, it's a simple task for him for the moment. But they utilised him. Palmer utilised him and he scored an excellent goal. He was also had some other good moments in the game, but he did fade. But just that goal in isolation by itself is a demonstration to become a poet there of how useful he can be and how we should utilise him and how in moments you need him. So we score. I feel good. We're all feeling good. Hopefully we can have a calm, low blood pressure navigation through this game. Excuse me. Of course we can't. I'm just going to drink water 1 sec. Right, so where were we? Mudryk scored a goal. We're all feeling good. And then we concede, score in the 8th minute, concede 8 minutes later with Willy Bolly. Very frustrating because Benoit Badiashile, who I think was probably our second worst player on the night, behind Madueke, he concedes a foul on the break. I can't remember if it's Wood or someone else running through. He probably could have let him go, but he pulls him down. It might even have been Gibbs White. I can't remember exactly. Gets a yellow card, and from that free kick they score. And not only do they score from that free kick, there's one player playing Willy Bolly onside, and that's Benoit Badiashile. So he got the assist in terms of conceding the foul, and he almost helped assisting the goal as well by playing him onside, being the Chelsea player too far forward. I don't want to be too harsh on him because he's had slightly brighter moments lately, but for me, the future remains Colwill and Fofana, and it's important. Thiago Silva massively outplayed both of the centre-backs, actually. I don't think Trevor was particularly bad, but Thiago Silva just showing his intelligence and brilliance. And as always, we will go through the player performances briefly and individually shortly. So they scored. Conor Gallagher also concedes a foul on the break as well. Many people thought it should have been a red card. I don't think so because Cucurella is covering, and he's not. It's not like proper goal scoring opportunity, I think, largely because Cucurella is covering. But yes, and many people were saying to me before halftime as well, Jackson gets pulled down in the box, I think, by Ola Aina. It's soft. I don't think it's a penalty. He's got his arm. They're pushing each other. He puts his arms. He tries to sort of shove him, and then Jackson goes, whoop. I understand why Jackson tries it. We're drawing 1-1. We need to win this game. It doesn't matter for Forest. It really matters for us. Jackson tried his luck, basically. Didn't get the penalty, so I don't think it was a penalty. I also don't think it should have been a red card for Gallagher. We go into halftime, and I say at halftime on the live, I say, guys, he won't change at halftime, and I don't think he should. Give them like 10-15 minutes to sort it out. Say, look, you're not doing this. Go and have another go. And he did that. He didn't make any changes, but he did 10 minutes, and he took off our 2 worst players. Like I said, it was Noni Madueke, who had an absolute stinker against Ola Aina, and Benoit Badiashile, who not only looked a little bit shell-shocked, he obviously was riding that yellow. So the only person he trusts to look after, sit on that yellow for a long, long time, or a longer time, was, of course, Conor Gallagher into the 80th minute. So we make changes because we're still under the cosh early doors second half, and we're thinking, this is away form Chelsea back. We just don't look like we can do it. And of course, we struggle. We make another change in the 73rd minute. Still 1-1. Raheem Sterling comes on for Mudryk, which is fine. Mudryk scored the goal. If that happened 10 minutes earlier, 15 minutes earlier, people would be angry. Mudryk faded a little bit. Raheem Sterling is a good, serviceable footballer still. That it's different profile. That's probably a bit more technical in tight spaces. And will take more shots. He will have a higher shot volume. So, yes, he brings him on. Turns out it was a good move. And then, of course, Callum Hudson-Odoi with Morgan Gibbs-White, the 2 best Forest players on the pitch, linking up. Hudson-Odoi scoring a great goal. He scored 2 goals in the previous game, should have had a hat-trick, and he scores against Chelsea. He kind of sort of doesn't celebrate, but then does. Friggin' celebrate, kid. Why not? Great moment for you. And we've got 15 minutes on the clock, and we're losing away at Forest, and we don't look good. The new players we've brought on haven't had that long on the pitch to gel, but yeah, we maybe it's this moment, bro, because Conor Gallagher comes off for Reece James in the 79th minute, and we make a tactical change to a 4-4-2 formation, and then, would you Adam and Eve it? Raheem Sterling scores a goal. Assist Moises Caicedo. By the way, I'm looking at SofaScore here. Caicedo is the highest rated Chelsea player on the day. It's just ahead of Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer was 7.8. Caicedo was an 8, which is very, very strong, of course, on SofaScore ratings. Great goal by Sterling. Caicedo plays in the ball out wide. It's kind of a generous assist. It's one of those assists where it doesn't do much. Raheem Sterling did a lot. He was out wide. He lashed in. A great finish. It's a great goal by Raheem Sterling. He says, come on, none of this nonsense. Let's go. Sterling wants to stay at Chelsea. We'll maybe talk about him a little bit more. He doesn't want to go to Saudi. He doesn't want to go to wherever. We'll try and flog him. He wants to try and make it at Chelsea and, train hard and play well and be a useful player in a team. In an ideal world, we don't want that because he costs too much money on wages, but he wants to make it work. And moments like this, he's not celebrating a goal. He's going, bloody hell, come on, let's get into Europe next season so there's more games so I can get a freaking game every now and again. That's what we'll be thinking. Man. Great goal by Sterling. And 2 minutes later, bro, we're playing that 4-4-2. So Reece James is behind Gusto on that right flank, and Gusto inverts. Reece James makes an overlapping run, receives the ball like a proper fullback. Mate, for too friggin' long have we been seeing Disasi, Gilchrist, Chalobah, even Cucurella, these fullbacks. Gusto, of course, is very good, and we've seen that. But this is best right back in the world saying, give him the ball, give and go, overlap, lofts in a perfect ball for Nico Jackson, who scores what would be the winner. 2 goals in 2 minutes for Chelsea. Nico Jackson loses his friggin' mind, jumps in with the Chelsea away fans, and he's becoming more and more popular as a Chelsea centre forward. Just people were slagging him off on my Instagram halftime, and halftime live, and I was like, why? It's not to do with Jackson. It's to do with we're not playing in a way where we're creating chances and playing where we should be, and do that, and he'll score 14 non-Premier League goals. I mean, if he was on pens and he scores them, what's that? 20 Premier League goals or something in his first season for Chelsea. It's incredible, really. He's got a few assists as well. And he loves it. He's 22, he's 23, he jumps in with the fans. It's great stuff. We see out what was an agonising, 7-8 minutes stoppage time. Nico Jackson, of course, is booked for that celebration. It's lovely scenes. It's level on points with the Toon, like I said. And I said we have easier 2 fixtures than them, although they have a better goal difference. So let's talk about this. How do we feel about the players? Well, Georgi Petrovic was okay. I think actually early doors he made a good save against Wood when he came out and committed and palmed the ball away, sort of spammed it away. That was actually a good goalkeeping move from someone like me who knows nothing about goalkeeping. But it looked really confident, like he stuck to his decision and executed a good save. So decent. I'm not entirely convinced that he's the one to be the goalkeeper for Chelsea to push on. I think he's been fine for now, but he might be that guy. He's still young, but I'm unsure. Cucurella was not effective as he was, but the system didn't work. The system didn't work like it usually had worked of late. Loads of people spoke about the Cucurella inverting into midfield. It didn't seem like a solution. It just seemed like a little bit of an ace up the sleeve for a couple of games. And that's what it was. So then people who scout Chelsea and do tactical preparation, Cucurella is going to be there, so we play like that. I feel like that's kind of what it was. And credit to Pochettino because he changed it twice. And by the time he changed it to a 4-4-2 to accommodate James and Gusto on the pitch because he wanted them both on that right-hand flank. And he didn't want to lose Palmer, so Palmer moved over, etc. You'd have to say Pochettino put in a good managerial performance in this game. So Cucurella a bit meh, but he is he's so difficult, Cucurella, because he's an excellent footballer. I said this again on my Instagram. He's good. He's Barcelona bred. Man City wanted to buy him, but he's not good at a lot of fundamental footballing things. Like, I don't think he's good at marking. I don't think he's good at spatial awareness or particularly tracking back. I don't see him as a great tackler. Of course, he's not very good at headers. He's quite small. He doesn't score. He doesn't assist. All the things in football. But what he is good at, he's good at just the basics with the ball really well. Like, he's really technical. I said actually again on my live stream that I think he'd be a great Conte player, where Conte can just trust you to do these things with the ball and tell you what to do rather than you make decisions. And then it's more like autonomous or automisms, whatever it is, that word. He'd be great. Like, he would have been great in that 16-17 season when we won the league. Yeah. So, Bernardo not so good. Thiago Silva, excellent. Nearly scored a goal as well that hit the post. Yeah, really, really good from Thiago Silva. Amazing awareness. Chalobah, a bit meh as well in the back line. Now, Conor Gallagher definitely wasn't playing up to his standard. He got that yellow card. He looked a little bit rustled by Yates. And yeah, he didn't play the greatest game. He rode the yellow quite well until he was subbed. But yeah, the midfield guy, of course, was Caicedo. He got an assist, played very well. I think a bit generous with the 8 rating on SofaScore, but he was very good, and he has been playing very good, and he's getting better, and he's excellent, and we're very happy to have him. So let's talk about the attackers. I'll reiterate what I said at the beginning. Mudryk plays a specific role, and we have to play to that strength, just like they did at Shakhtar. And you can't always accommodate that. You can accommodate that in certain moments of the game, like we did when he scored, and he scored, so he deserves immense credit. And he played well. He did his job. Certainly a lot better than the guy's job on the other side, Noni Madueke, who was comfortably our worst player on the day. Like I said, he was pocketed by Aina, and he tries to play hero ball, Noni, and when he does it well, he looks mustard. He looks really good. Today wasn't a game. He was obviously riding his own vibe, like high, and yeah, it proved to be poor, but fortunately we won the game anyway. And hopefully we'll come back and play well in other games. But I wonder if he's lost his space. I wonder if that, because we've only got 2 games left and they're must wins. I wonder if Cole Palmer plays on the right and Nkunku starts. Next game where Palmer plays. Palmer was excellent, great assist, and the rest of that game was a demonstration of Palmer just wanting his teammates to do better things around him. Do you know what I mean? When he tries to play balls, he looks up, the runs aren't being made. What can we say? He won man of the match on Sky Sports. Again, Cole Palmer. He's magnificent. He's amazing. He's generational. What else do we need to say? Jackson, good. He scored the goal. He scored the winner. He jumped in with the Chelsea. Lovely stuff. Incredible scenes. He obviously tried to win the penalty. He had a couple of comical moments, but he will. He's young, but he's good, and we're lucky to have him. Even if he doesn't start as Chelsea's starting striker, if we buy another senior striker, just because we need another one in the squad, if Pochettino stays and he's like, yeah, I don't want to play Nkunku as a striker, fine, buy one. Let that new striker, whether he's a Galactico like Osimhen, who, by the way, has less non-penalty goals than Jackson this season, deep that. Osimhen, Scudetto winner, less non-penalty goals than Jackson. Yeah. So is he the solution for 120 million? But whatever. If we buy a new striker, let him slug it out with Jackson. Jackson's trending upwards. How good is he going to be next season? Even if you go, right, I'd rather have a senior guy starting the next campaign. Fine. But Jackson's going to be there nipping at his heels, as he should be. Great goal. And the subs deserve credit as well. Gusto was a bit quiet, but all the other subs were excellent. Sterling got the goal that brought us back into the game, bro. Sterling, immense amount of credit. And Nkunku looked excellent, looked threatening, looked like a grown-up that wasn't panicking. God, how we could have done with Nkunku for the entirety of the season. And Reece effing Flames, just looking like doesn't give a so-and-so. And the way he jumped in with Jackson as well. He's Chelsea. He cares. And to those of you who said sell him, yeah. Pochettino deserves credit too, of course. Tactical changes, reacting to Forest, the scenario. His team shrunk a little bit, the youthful Chelsea, but his changes inspired a win. So I feel good. Let me know what you think. Please do leave a comment. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I'm going to go and drink a hot beverage now and rest my throat because I've been screaming. And I hope to see you back here soon. Peace.